What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is an activity aimed at protecting systems, networks and programs from digital attacks. The purpose of such cyber attacks is usually to gain access to confidential information, change or destroy it, extort money from users or disrupt normal business processes. Definition of cyberattack. Cyberattack is a malicious, deliberate attempt by a person or organization to penetrate into the information system of another person or organization. As a rule, by disrupting the victim's network, the hacker is trying to gain profit. Why do people commit cyberattacks? Attackers seek to exploit the vulnerability of corporate systems, which causes an annual increase in cybercrime. Hackers often demand a ransom. 53% of cyberattacks have resulted in a loss of $. 53% of cyberattacks have resulted in losses of $1 or more. Cyberattacks can also have ulterior motives. Some hackers' attempts to destroy systems and data are a kind of hacktivism. What is a botnet? A botnet is a network of devices infected with malicious software such as viruses. Hackers can manage the botnet as a single group without the owner's knowledge in order to scale up attacks. Often, botnets are used to create a heavy load on systems as a result of these attacks. Common types of cyberattacks. Malicious software. The term malware is used when it comes to spyware, extortionists, viruses and internet worms. Malware penetrates the network through a vulnerability, usually when the user follows a dangerous link or opens an email attachment, which leads to the installation of such software. Once inside the system, malware can block access to key components of the network, extortion viruses, install malicious programs or additional harmful software, secretly collect data from the hard drive and send it to the intruder, spyware, disrupt the operation of some components and disable the system. Phishing is the mailing, usually by email, of fraudulent messages that look as if they were sent by a reliable recipient. The purpose of this activity is to steal confidential data, such as credit cards or accounts, or to install malware on the victim's computer. Phishing is becoming an increasingly common cyber threat. Attack through an intermediary. Intermediate (MITM) attacks occur when hackers are introduced into the interaction between two parties. Once they gain access to the traffic, hackers can filter and steal data. There are two common ways to conduct an intermediary attack. 1. In an unsecured public Wi-Fi network, hackers can intercept control of an area between a visitor's device and the network. Without knowing about it, the visitor will transfer all the data through the hacker. 2. When malware penetrates the device, the hacker can install applications to analyze all the data of the victim. A denial-of-service attack overflows systems, servers or networks with traffic, exhausting resources and bandwidth. As a result, the system loses the ability to execute normal requests. Hackers can also use compromised devices to launch attacks. This is called a distributed denial-of-service attack, DoS attack. Skelly code implementation. Introduction of Skelly code is the transfer of malicious Skelly code to the server processing Skelly queries, resulting in the server discloses data that was not intended to be disclosed. To introduce Skelly code, sometimes it is enough to enter a malicious code in the search field of a vulnerable website. Zero-day exploit. A zero-day exploit occurs after a network vulnerability is disclosed and before a patch is created or the problem is solved. During this time interval, hackers attack with disclosed vulnerability. To detect threats related to zero-day vulnerability, constant monitoring is required. DNS tunneling is the use of the DNS protocol to transfer non-DNS traffic over port 53. This attack allows you to send through DNS traffic gates and other protocols. DNS tunneling can be used for various legitimate purposes. However, it is possible to use VPN services to tunnel DNS with malicious intent. With their help, under the guise of DNS traffic, it is possible to transmit data that is usually transmitted over the internet channel. With the help of DNS queries, an attacker can extract data from the compromised system and transfer it to his environment. It can also be used to send control callbacks from the hacker's infrastructure to the compromised system. Today, the introduction of effective cybersecurity measures is particularly difficult, as there are more devices than people, and hackers are using increasingly sophisticated methods of attack. What is the meaning of cybersecurity? A competent approach to cybersecurity involves several levels of protection for computers, networks, programs, and data. The organization must establish the right mix of people, processes, and technologies to deploy effective protection against cyberattacks. Unified Threat Management System (UTM) automates the integration of the Cisco range of security products and accelerates the implementation of key protection functions, detection, analysis, and remediation. Cisco Threat Response. A protection solution that pools resources. Don't clone the security department, use Cisco Threat Response instead. Threat Response automates the integration of a number of Cisco security products and accelerates the performance of key protection functions, detection, analysis, and remediation, a key element of our integrated security architecture. Product collaboration enables you to better leverage your investment in Cisco security solutions, helping you save time and effort, especially when you are under attack and time is of the essence. People. Users must understand and comply with basic data protection principles, such as selecting strong passwords, exercising caution when handling email attachments, and backing up data. Top 10 Cybersecurity Tips. Here is our list of top 10 cybersecurity tips for anyone on the internet. Hint, that means you. 1. Realize that you are an attractive target to attackers, and it can happen to anyone, anytime, anywhere, on any device. Don't ever say it won't happen to me. 2. Practice good password management. Use a strong mix of characters and don't use the same password for multiple sites. Don't share your password with others and don't write it down, no post-it note attached to your monitor. If you have trouble remembering your passwords, consider using a secure password vault. Then you only have to remember one very strong password. 3. Never leave your devices unattended. If you need to leave your computer, phone, or tablet for any length of time, no matter how short, lock the screen so no one can use it while you're gone. If you keep sensitive information on a flash drive or external hard drive, make sure to lock those up as well. 4. Always be careful when clicking on attachments or links in email. If an email is unexpected or suspicious for any reason, don't click on it. Even if it seems like it's from your company CEO. Scammers can look up that information online and use it to target individuals in your company. Double check the URL of the website to see if it looks legitimate. Bad actors will often take advantage of spelling mistakes to direct you to a harmful domain. 5. Sensitive browsing, such as banking or shopping, should only be done on a device that belongs to you, on a network that you trust. Whether you're reusing a friend's phone, a public computer, or free Wi-Fi at a coffee shop, your data could be copied or stolen. 6. Back up your data regularly. Make sure your antivirus software is always turned on and up to date. 7. Be conscientious of what you plug into your computer. Malware can be spread through infected flash drives, external hard drives, and even smartphones. You might want to help someone find their lost item but end up falling into a trap. 8. Watch what you're resharing on social networks. Criminals can find you and easily gain access to a shocking amount of information: where you go to school, where you work, when you're on vacation, that could help them gain access to more valuable data. 9. Be wary of social engineering, where someone attempts to gain information from you through manipulation. If someone calls or emails you asking for sensitive information like login information or passwords, it's okay to say no. You can always call the company directly to verify credentials before giving out any information. 10. Be sure to monitor your accounts for any suspicious activity. If you see something unfamiliar, it could be a sign that you've been compromised. Don't be afraid to speak up and tell your team if you notice anything unusual. Remember, you're the victim of the attack, and you're not in trouble. Technologies. Technology is at the heart of creating computer security tools to protect organizations and individuals from cyberattacks. You need to protect objects in three major groups: endpoint devices such as computers, smart devices and routers, networks, and the cloud. Common technological solutions to protect these objects are next-generation firewalls, DNS filtering, malware protection, antivirus software and email protection solutions. The importance of security in cyberspace. Advanced cybersecurity programs in today's networked world are used by everyone. On an individual level, a cyber attack can lead to a variety of consequences, from identity theft to extortion attempts and the loss of important data such as family photos. Everyone depends on critical infrastructure, power plants, hospitals and financial institutions. Protecting these and other organizations is essential to the normal functioning of our society. All people also benefit from the work of cybersecurity researchers. These researchers include 250 scientists from the Talos team who are exploring new threats and approaches to cyber attacks. They identify vulnerabilities, educate the general public about the importance of cybersecurity and enhance the protection of open source tools. Their work makes the internet safer for everyone. Types of cybersecurity threats. Phishing. Phishing is the sending of fake emails, which are similar to messages from reliable recipients. The purpose of this type of fraud is to steal confidential data such as credit card numbers and credentials. This is the most common type of cyber attack. You can protect against phishing by training users or by a solution that blocks malicious emails. What is phishing? Phishing attacks are sending out fraudulent messages, the source of which seems to be reliable. As a rule, email is used for this purpose. The purpose of the attackers is to steal confidential information, such as credit card data and credentials, or to install malware victims on the device. Phishing cyber attacks are quite common and everyone needs to know how to protect themselves against them. Which protection technology is considered the most effective? No cybersecurity technology can protect against phishing attacks on its own. What is the danger of phishing? Sometimes cybercriminals seek credit card or other personal information from the victim to gain financial benefit. In other cases, phishing emails are sent to collect employee credentials or other information to plan a higher-level attack against a particular company. Cybercrimes, such as complex targeted threats, acts, and the spread of extortionist viruses, often start with phishing. What is an advanced persistent threat act? An advanced persistent threat act is a covert cyber attack on a computer network where the attacker gains and maintains unauthorized access to the targeted network and remains undetected for a significant period. During the time between infection and remediation, the hacker will often monitor, intercept, and relay information and sensitive data. The intention of an apt is to exfiltrate or steal data rather than cause a network outage, denial of service, or infect systems with malware. Apts often use social engineering tactics or exploit software vulnerabilities in organizations with high-value information. Who would launch an apt attack? Numerous entities, large and small, public sector and private, can benefit from a successful advanced persistent threat. Many suspect that governments and nation-states have used apt attacks to disrupt specific military or intelligence operations. Examples include the Titan Rain, GhostNet, Stuxnet attacks and others. In addition, smaller groups are using simpler tools, such as social engineering, to gain access and steal intellectual property. Why would someone launch an apt? A successful advanced persistent threat can be extremely effective and beneficial to the attacker. For nation-states, there are significant political motivations, such as military intelligence. For smaller groups, apts can lead to significant competitive advantages or lucrative payouts. How do I prevent an apt? This is a loaded question. When organizations detect gaps in their security, they intuitively deploy a standalone product to fill that void. A solution filled with standalone products, however, will continue to have inherent gaps. To avoid these gaps in security, organizations need to take a holistic approach. This requires a multi-layered, integrated security solution. Deploying a portfolio of products that can seamlessly work together is the best way to enhance security. What is ransomware? Ransomware is a type of malicious software, also known as malware. It encrypts a victim's data until the attacker is paid a predetermined ransom. Typically, the attacker demands payment in a form of cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin. Only then will the attacker send a decryption key to release the victim's data. How does ransomware work? Ransomware is typically distributed through a few main avenues. These include email phishing, malvertising, malicious advertising, and exploit kits. After it is distributed, the ransomware encrypts selected files and notifies the victim of the required payment. 10 ways to protect yourself from ransomware. Back up all your data. In the event of an attack, you can power down the endpoint, image it, and reinstall your recent backup. You will have all your data and you will prevent the ransomware from spreading to other systems. Patch your systems. Make a habit of updating your software regularly. Patching commonly exploited third-party software will foil many attacks. Educate users on attack sources. The weakest link in the security chain is usually human. Educate your users on whom and what to trust. Empower them not to fall for phishing or other schemes. Protect your network. Take a layered approach, with security infused from the endpoint to email to the DNS layer. Use technologies such as a next-generation firewall, NGFU, or an intrusion prevention system, IPS. Segment network access. Limit the resources that an attacker can access. By dynamically controlling access at all times, you help ensure that your entire network is not compromised in a single attack. Keep a close eye on network activity. Being able to see everything happening across your network and data center can help you uncover attacks that bypass the perimeter. Deploy a demilitarized zone, DMZ, or add a layer of security to your local area network, LAN. Prevent initial infiltration. Most ransomware infections occur through an email attachment or a malicious download. Diligently block malicious websites, emails, and attachments through a layered security approach and a company-sanctioned file sharing program. Arm your endpoints. Antivirus solutions on your endpoints don't suffice anymore. Set up privileges so they perform tasks such as granting the appropriate network shares or user permissions on endpoints. Two-factor authentications will also help. Gain real-time threat intelligence. Know your enemy. Take advantage of threat intelligence from organizations such as Talos to understand security information and emerging cybersecurity threats. Say no to ransom. Never ever pay the ransom. There's no guarantee you will get your data back, and you're only fueling the cybercriminals for more attacks. How do I teach users to recognize phishing? One way to protect your organization from phishing is to raise awareness among users. It concerns all employees. Often, the target is the top managers. Try to explain to them how to recognize phishing emails and what to do if they are received. Exercises in a specially simulated environment can help you evaluate the actions of your employees in a multi-stage phishing attack. Extortion viruses. Extortionist viruses are one of the types of malware. They extort money by blocking access to files or computer systems until ransom payments are made. However, paying a ransom does not guarantee that access to files or systems will be restored. Malicious software. Malware is software designed to allow unauthorized access to your computer or to cause damage. What is malware? Malware is intrusive software that is designed to damage and destroy computers and computer systems. Malware is a contraction for malicious software. Examples of common malware include viruses, worms, Trojan viruses, spyware, adware, and ransomware. How do I protect my network against malware? Typically, businesses focus on preventative tools to stop breaches. By securing the perimeter, businesses assume they are safe. Some advanced malware, however, will eventually make their way into your network. As a result, it is crucial to deploy technologies that continually monitor and detect malware that has evaded perimeter defenses. Sufficient advanced malware protection requires multiple layers of safeguards along with high-level network visibility and intelligence. How do I detect and respond to malware? Malware will inevitably penetrate your network. You must have defenses that provide significant visibility and breach detection. In order to remove malware, you must be able to identify malicious actors quickly. This requires constant network scanning. Once the threat is identified, you must remove the malware from your network. Today's antivirus products are not enough to protect against advanced cyber threats. Social engineering. Social engineering is used by attackers to trick you into revealing confidential information. They may ask you to make a money transfer or give you access to confidential data. Social engineering can be combined with any of the above types of threats to make you more likely to follow links, download malware, or trust a malicious source.